Hello, welcome back to our AWS networking course. Today we are going to learn about Transit Gateway. Yeah, Transit Gateway is a new technology. So what do you mean by Transit Gateway? I'll give you a good example. Since we are learning about VPC components, it is one of the VPC component. I'll tell you what is the exact need of Transit Gateway here. So let us assume I have 6 VPC here. If you want to establish the VPN peering, from this VP to this VPC, I can create. Suppose if it needs peering between these, I can create like this. So if this VPC want to talk to this VPC, again I need to create one more peering. Then this VPC want to talk to this one, then again I want to create. So which is an administrative overhead, and it will lead to some other problem of troubleshooting also. So in order to avoid this mess, what I'm going to do, I'm going to have one transit gateway here in the hub and spoke model. So by having this additional network device, I can interconnect all the VPC to the transit gateway. So the routing part and all other things will be taken care by this transit gateway effectively. So that is the main advantage of transit gateway. It acts as a special network equipment which interconnects the VPCs in a different region or different VPCs on the same region, which will help you to configure and manage the network in an effective way. So not only the VPC, you can connect to the transit gateway. I can connect to my VPN also here. So I can connect my on-premises VPN also to transit gateway. So in one area, I can monitor the topology of all my network with on-premises and AWS cloud. I have better visibility and improved management of network administration. So that is nothing but transit gateway, which will come into the picture. If you want to avoid multiple VPC peering and multiple VPN connection, we can have one centralized device with a hub and spoke model. We can maintain the routing and attaching the VPCs and VPNs all to this network device, and we can manage effectively. So that's what document is saying, that will help you to simplify the network architecture and reduce the administrative overhead. And we have more control over the network. So there is a benefit of transit gateway. So I have 2 VPC and 1 VPN. If I want to interconnect all these, I need to have transit gateway. Then I have to attach the VPC of here, and attach the VPN to the transit gateway and configure the routing. So we are going to see the practical for this. So more about the transit gateway, you can refer the Amazon documentation. I'm going to transit gateway under the VPC component. So just click on create transit gateway. New transit gateway. Okay. Then Amazon side ASN. If you have the private ASN already, you have to enter it here, or just specify the private ASN value as a default 64512. So you can Google it for the private ASN ranges. Okay. Then just click on create transit gateway. It has been created. Now I'm going to create multiple VPCs for this practice. Let me create one VPC. Just for reference, I'm giving TG. Let me give 172.40.10.10.0/24. Create. Then let me create the second VPC. Create. Okay, here it is showing that VPC limit has been reached. Let me remove the other VPC. Or let me rename the same VPC as well for our practice. Okay. Now let us go to transit gateway. Now the set is showing as available. After that, we need to do the attachment. So as per the diagram, we need to attach the required number of VPCs to the transit gateway as attachment. Let me go to create transit gateway attachment option and click TGW attachment. Then I'm going to attach the VPC basically. VPC1 I'm going to attach. So at least you need to specify one subnet here. So since the subnet we have not defined, it is showing error. Let me create a subnet under each VPC. TGW subnet 2, VPC is 2. Let me create another subnet. Okay. Now let me go to creating the attachment again. Select VPC. Select at least one subnet. Then automatically all other subnets will be associated. Let We do the attachment for let me create one more attachment. Specify the transit gateway ID which we have created earlier and specify the VPC2 and select the subnet and create attachment. You need to repeat the same process for all the VPC which you want to attach to the transit gateway as per the diagram as a given example. Now we have completed creation of transit gateway and the attachment process. So you need to check the status. So you can leave it because previously it was created for testing. Okay. So one is showing us bending. Let us wait for some time. Okay. Now it shows us available. So for attachment we have created attachment 1, attachment 2, then attachment 3, then attachment 4. Okay. Now let us go ahead and configure the routing. So here one thing we need to note. So whatever the routing which you want to propagate automatically, just to specify the route subnet, then those subnets will be automatically populated. So let me create the routing table first. PGW. Specify the gateway. Okay. So still creating. So in real-time environment, you can control the routing. Suppose if I want to block this VPC to access to this VPC, then the routing requirement I can check and what is required I can enable on the transit gateway. So you can enable the routing between specific VPCs, and if you want to enable the routing from VPN or the direct connect also is support from the direct connect. If you want to enable the route as per your requirement, you can do it. Okay, now it shows available. Let me go to the association. Let me specify the attachment here, the first attachment. Okay. So this was already attached to the testing one, which was previously. Let me remove that. Okay, I am able to associate the route table for the attachment I have created. So we need to click on create association, select the attachment and create the association. So in my case, I have associated all these four VPC subnets. So as I said, the propagation. If you don't want to add those route entry manually, you can create a propagation for the routes. So that those routes, if there is any changes in that particular route, those routes are automatically updated without modifying by the administrator manually. So I'm creating the route propagation for all four routes for those VPC. Okay. So after configuring this, I can see the routes are propagated. If you see here, routing is propagated. So if you want to restrict the routing based on your requirement, you can configure as per your wish. As you see here, the maximum limit also has been given. How many routes can be configured by maximum? Okay. So these things you need to consider. So so far we have learned about how to create the transit gateway, then how to create the VPC attachment, and how to configure the routing for them. Now, transit gateway has a graphical view where I can see my entire topology and all other connection details with the network manager. So create a global network manager. Let me create a network manager here. Click on the network manager. There you can see the topology details and the most specific information related to the monitoring and the best practices for the feature action with the route analyzer. So this graphical view, you will get it with a network manager. Now I need to register my transit gateway in order to get my newly created transit gateway to give more graphical information and monitoring details. So as I said, the transit gateway is the centralized point where we can control the networking traffic between the VPC, VPN, and the direct connect. Okay. So here I see how many VPCs are there and how many VPNs are attached. So more topological information, I will get it here, which will help us to understand the infrastructure better and will be helpful for troubleshooting in terms of flow. You can explore so many options here under the network manager and you can practice it. Hope this video is helpful. If you have any question about transit gateway, please feel free to leave a comment. I will respond to that. Thank you so much. Bye.